if you are watching on Instagram, you're just going to see me. You're not going to see Sidney because Sidney and I are actually on Facebook. So if you want to see Sidney, you can always hop onto Facebook. We're streaming from our Facebook page as well. But if you just want to hear the interview, you'll be able to hear Sidney and I have a conversation if you want to stay on Instagram Live. All right, so we are streaming everywhere. We are ready to go. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the BeYOU TV live chat series. My name is Kathleen Wainwright, and I'm your host, and I am also the owner of Beautiful Brown Girl. So, for those of you who are not familiar, Dear Beautiful Brown Girl is a lifestyle brand for Black girls. We deliver innovative products, resources, and events or activities designed to inspire a strong sense of self and cultural pride. So we strive to encourage Black girls to walk this earth with a sense of self so strong that it can't be manipulated or demeaned by anyone. And in this current social climate, we feel like this feeling of pride and self-empowerment is so critical. So just before we get started, I just want to hit our 4 core principles and why we do this show. We have 4 core principles with Dear Beautiful Brown Girl. We develop a strong sense of self in young girls through our affirmations and positive images. We provide resources that help establish and maintain healthy habits and routines to strengthen independence and personal success. We infuse young, beautiful Black and brown girls with a culture of literacy-rich experiences through quality works that celebrate diversity. And tonight, this platform, we provide platforms that encourage young girls to find and use their voice to affect change and build positive community relationships. You may be familiar with our product line, the Beautiful Brown Girl Project, where we have apparel, we have journals, notebooks, accessories, jewelry, and children's books. And tonight, the BeYOU TV live chat, this is our initiative under Dear Beautiful Brown Girl, where we like to have a live chat segment dedicated to promoting and celebrating our young, influential brown girls. And on the BeYOU TV live chat, we feature special guests who want to share their stories, encourage, inspire, and motivate their peers while paving the way as influential leaders and shakers. So on tonight's show, you can see Sidney. Let me see. For some reason, let me make sure I have you pinned. Sidney is waving. Let me know on Facebook if you can see Sidney. I see me. I want to make sure we can see Sidney. Let's see. On Facebook, can you see Sidney? Because I don't want the screen to stay on me because I want everyone to be able to see you. Let me see. I see you. So I just want to make sure everybody else can see you. Let's see. No, you can't see her. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I just want to make sure we can see Sidney. I should be able to pin more. So this is the chat. Hold on, I'm sorry. This has never happened before. Wait a second. All right, can you see her now? You just see me on Facebook. Hold on. Oh. Now who do you see? Now who do you see on Facebook? Untitled. All right, now can you guys see Sidney? I just want to make sure that when we go through the interview that you can actually see Sidney, because she's the star of the show. So I want everyone to be able to see her. All right, you guys can still only see me. I'm not really sure why. Am I sharing my screen? That's just me. All right, hold on. So just a little background. I'm a teacher in the school district of Philadelphia, and we're doing remote learning, but everything we do is on Google. So very fluid with Google. I can use Zoom as well, but this right here is kind of, I'm not really sure why you can't see Sidney. Sidney, can you do me a favor? Maybe, hold on, leave and come. Leave and, no, I don't want you to leave and come back out. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, guys, for the select camera video setting. Hold on. All right, I want to make sure. Oh, let me see. What about now? Can you guys see Sidney now? Because she's full on my screen. So I'm hoping, if you're on Facebook, can you see Sidney? No. Let me see. This should be it. We should be able to see both. Sidney, what do you see? Do you see us both now on the screen? Double? Okay. Can you say something? Let me make sure I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, okay, yes, it's the both of us. Okay, welcome. Okay, good. Now we are back and we are rolling. I have Sidney here, and Sidney is a gymnast. She is a two-time championship winner, 2018 and 2019, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and you live in Tennessee?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I am 13 years old.
Wow, 13 years old. Tell me about those championships.
They can get kind of nervous at times, but I always try to do my best and try to focus on myself.
Okay, so what was the name of the championship? What kind of competition was it?
Tennessee U.S. Championship.
Okay, and is that like a large like gymnastics meet where people from all over the city?
I believe all of some of the gyms close by, like in Tennessee, compete there.
Okay. And was it anyone from out of the state of Tennessee, or was it just Tennessee?
Just Tennessee.
Just Tennessee. Okay, so we had questions. My first question was, how old are you? You answered that. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a 13-year-old gymnast. I'm in 8th grade. I always try to do my best, and I always try to inspire others to do their best.
Okay.
I always try to, like when something challenging happens, I try to take a breather for a second and then retry it, and it kind of goes in that kind of cycle. Just try to do my best and try, and I always keep God in my pocket.
Okay. That's good. Would you consider yourself a role model?
I would.
You would? Well, I know that my niece, her name is Chloe. She's one of the characters in the BeYOU crew. She loves gymnastics. I hope she's listening because she loves to flip. She loves the cartwheel. She can't go from one room to the other without doing a back bend or a walkover or whatever. So I know her listening to you today and hearing how you compete and the things that you are able to overcome will definitely be inspiring to her and little girls like her who want to do what you're doing, because what you're doing is pretty amazing. I have a video clip.
Thank you.
Let me see. How many hours do you put into gymnastics each week?
Maybe close to 16 hours maybe.
16 hours of gymnastics?
I go 4 days a week for about 4 to 3 hours each.
Wow, that is a huge commitment. And you're 13.
Yes.
How do you balance it all?
I try to do time management. Like if I have tons of homework, I try to get homework done in that class so then I can work on a different subject and try to like do stuff whenever I have little bits of extra time.
Okay. So what does a typical, like if you go to practice, what's a typical practice look like?
Sometimes we condition first, sometimes we condition last. If we're like on Mondays, we stretch for about 10 minutes, we do bars, and then we do beam, floor, and then vault, and then we condition until 8:30.
8:30 in the evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. I'm blown away because 16 hours of training in a week, in addition to being a kid and doing your regular everyday things, school, homework, and I know you have a social life, right?
Yes.
Right, that's pretty cool. What's the hardest thing when it comes to gymnastics? What do you find to be the toughest thing to do or conquer?
Probably beam or like some of the skills on bars. Because
Okay,
some of the skills, it's like they're easier to do when you're like really tiny, and I'm kind of like a bigger gymnast, like I'm taller. So
okay.
some things can get difficult, but I always try to keep going and try to do it.
How do you walk on that skinny, skinny, skinny beam?
I try to find my balance and like I pray and try to calm myself because it makes it more difficult when you're like kind of nervous. So then you're like
Oh, I can imagine.
shaky and stuff.
So what do you do? How do you find your balance? Because I mean, I see this one picture. Can I show it? I have a picture of you. Let me share my screen. I want to show this picture of you. And you look like a gazelle flying through the air. This was our promotional picture of you, which is an amazing shot. So graceful. And was this taken? Were you in the air? Were you jumping when you did this?
We had like a photographer and he could like catch us like in the air.
That's pretty cool. You have this one picture that I saw right here, and you're on a balance beam, right?
Yes.
Now that is amazing. How do you do that? That's what I want to know. How do you go from standing in the corner to jumping up in the air and splitting and not missing it when you come down?
My coaches, they help me to stay confident and they help me to find balance and try to, it's like they have us repeat it so get more consistent with them.
Okay, so these are things that you practice like repeatedly when you have practice for those couple of hours every evening.
Yes.
This is hard. When I watch like the floor routines, and I just know that it takes so much power. Like I think it's more than just being able to jump or split or even find your balance. What are other things that you have to be able to do when you're a gymnast? What are things that you have to work on?
You have to work on time management. You have to work on your strength and your flexibility and like your fear. Like you have to know how to calm yourself down and kind of take a breather a little bit.
Right. Because we have this one video. Can I show this video of you? Okay. We have this video. Now, where was this? Does this look familiar?
This was this past Sunday.
Oh, this past Sunday. Was it a competition?
Yes, it was a competition at our gym.
Okay, I want to show this because when you talk about being able to conquer your fears, just everything about this routine takes courage. This is the definition of courage, in my opinion, when it comes to gymnastics. Look at this. It starts out low. And you are right here, right?
Yes.
Okay, ready? That was great.
Thank
Now,
you.
were you scared at all? Are you ever scared before you hop on the bar?
Sometimes, because sometimes when I get really nervous, I could fall off
Right.
and
So
forget me up.
what
Some,
do you do to ground yourself before you get on the bars?
I always pray. I have a little talk with God, and then I always remember to not think about the scores or think about anything else. Think about doing my best.
Right, because that takes a lot of upper body strength too, right? When you talk about building your strength, like I played on monkey bars and I know that takes a lot of strength to be able to pull yourself up and now you're spinning. Also, yeah. What exercises do you do to build your strength in your upper body?
We do arms, which is like we do push-ups, we do pull-ups, we do squats and lunges, and we do like frog jumps,
Hmm.
and we do calf raises to build up our calf muscles,
Okay.
and we do endurance to learn how to like kind of breathe like during routines and things, and we also do like mat jumps on a really squishy mat. It's like hard to jump, so it's like a really tough leg workout.
Oh, okay. And does that strengthen your legs or does that help with balance?
Yes, it helps with our legs and it helps us keep balance.
Okay. Now, do you have a favorite gymnast that you look up to?
Simone Biles.
Of course. Yeah, she does well every year. Like even
Yeah.
after the Olympics, she still like knocks out all of her competition. So she's pretty amazing. Do you follow her?
Yes, I follow on Instagram, and last year I got to go see her compete because she had a meet nearby, and it was so cool.
Wow, did you that's amazing. How was it being able to watch like somebody you look up to in person?
I was like really shocked. Like it was so like super cool that I had seen someone that I've been watching on TV, and now she's like right in front of me. It was like so.
Right. Can you see yourself in her shoes?
Um, I feel like one day I could get there,
I
but I
think
would
so
love
too.
to do college gymnastics.
Now, okay, now that you mentioned college gymnastics, do you follow any colleges?
All of them, almost
All
all
of
of
them?
them.
Do you have a favorite?
Um, UCLA
Yes, that's my
Florida
favorite too.
or Florida. I love Florida gymnastics.
You like Florida too? So, okay, UCLA, Nia Dennis.
Hmm. That was
Last year she
me.
went viral, right?
Yes, I love her team.
Yeah. Now, do you do floor routine?
I do all of the events.
Wow. So how is that? Do you get the how do you like dancing while you also do like the do we call it acrobats when you're flipping? Or is
Mhm.
it called okay.
Like flips and things.
Hmm.
For me, it's kind of difficult because I'm like a very stiff person. So
Okay.
it's hard for me to like relax in order to do leaps and stuff. And so I just have to work for my flexibility and learn how to calm down. But I mean, everything like what I'm competing now is like by the book. So if you don't do it like one way, it's like a deduction. So I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out how to do it that way.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And you're young. So, I mean, to get this training now, by the time you get to college, you're going to be super amazing.
Thank you.
What does it feel like when you're flying through the air? Because to me, like that just looks so amazing. And I'm always wondering, like, what does it feel like to have no fear and to just do like two flips and you're flying through the air and then you land on 2 feet?
I feel proud because there have definitely been times where that skill has seemed scary or I felt like I couldn't do it or it's gotten difficult. And now that I can finally like stick it and it feels great.
That's a lesson, right? Because that's something that you were once afraid of, you said, and you couldn't do it, and now you can do it. You conquered that fear. So that to me is like encouragement when things get tough. You know that with hard work, right? And with courage, you can push through. And now look at you. Now, do you consider it easy? Is it something that you're like, oh, I can do that? That's not a problem.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you said in your survey, like when you answered the questions, you said your role as a student and a gymnast are interconnected, right? And so I think that would be an example right there, pushing through and conquering your fears. But how else do you think being a student and also an athlete, how are those things interconnected?
I think they're connected because I always try to do my best in either of those.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always, every 9 weeks, I try to get A, B on a roll or A on a roll. And
Okay.
in gymnastics, I always work my hardest. So I feel like I'm encouraging others to also do their best.
Okay. Definitely. Because you make it look easy. And so now knowing that you put 16 hours in a week and that's the outcome, it shows that when you work hard, positive things can come from that. I have one more question. Oh, I already asked it. I'm sorry. We have the hot seat. Are you familiar with the hot seat? I shared a few questions with you
I've
in
watched
the
it before.
survey. And they're fun, right? They're like little zingers where you get to answer and we just get to learn a little more about you. Before I ask any of the questions, did you have any questions for me or did you have anything you wanted to share?
What made you want to start the company?
Dear Beautiful Brown Girl?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start something that inspired beautiful brown girls to feel comfortable in their skin, to love themselves, and to also know like their voice is important, their voice matters, that they're worthy, just something inspirational that they can connect to and feel like that's, their tribe, something that they can belong to. So yeah. And so that's why we have like Dear Beautiful Brown Girl, we have the Beautiful Brown Girl Project, we have the BeYOU TV, because I want, influential brown girls like you to be able to share your story and to inspire others because you're doing amazing things. And I want to help, other people learn about what's going on. I don't live in Tennessee, right? But now, and I'm pretty sure some people watching tonight don't live in Tennessee either. But now that they get to see the BeYOU TV, now they know about Sidney. They know about her hard work as a gymnast, right? And we're just sharing your story and helping to inspire others. Like what you said you wanted to do when you work hard with your school and with gymnastics. So let me ask you this. These are like really quick questions. They're random. They don't really have anything to do with anything. It's just so we can get to learn a little more about you. What is the last book that you read?
Some places more than others.
Some places more than others. What's that about?
It was about this girl and she goes to New York with her dad and she finds, like, she learns about where her family comes from and
Mm-hmm.
she kind of builds on the connection with her granddad, with her granddad and her father.
Okay. Where does she live?
She lives in Oregon.
Okay. And do you like to read? Do you read a
I like
lot?
to read. Yeah, I like to read.
You do? Yeah, I was a reader too. I don't read as much. Now I listen. I do a lot of podcasts and I do a lot of books on tape. But when I was your age, oh my goodness, you couldn't find me without a book in my hand. So I love when people talk about their love of books or they talk about a new story because I love books. If you could have dinner with anyone from the future, the past, or the present, who would it be? Anyone.
Gabby Douglas.
How about that? Why?
Because she looks like me and she has long legs like me. So I wanted to learn like how difficult it was or how she overcame her setbacks.
Okay, that's insightful. Okay, and that makes sense. And maybe one day you will get the chance to meet her. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
I
If
hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. I do hope you get to meet her. You never know. Your least favorite chore?
The dishes.
Oh my goodness, me too. Oh my goodness, the dishes. That is my least favorite chore. Why do you hate doing dishes?
Because all the mushy food and stuff and I'm scraping and everything.
Right? I used to get in trouble because I would say, I'm letting it soak. And I would leave like water in the pot and I'm letting the dishes soak. So yeah. What are your three top songs on your playlist?
I have Sunflower by Post Malone. I
Okay.
have Location by Khalid and I have Blessings by Chance the Rapper.
Okay. Now I heard a Chance and I heard of what was the second one?
Khalid.
Yeah, Location.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that song. All right, so who is someone you look up to?
Michelle Obama.
Of course, I love Michelle. I love Michelle. And when we think about Black Girl Magic and all of the things that we are great at doing, if you had to pick your superpower, you would say, this is my superpower. What would that superpower be?
Um, it would probably be super hair.
Super hair? Okay. Okay. And your hair looks, oh, speaking of super hair, you have a small business.
Oh, yes.
How about that? So not only do you work out 16 hours a week, right? And you're a wonderful gymnast and an awesome student, but you also have a small business. Do you want to tell us about the small business?
My small business is Sidney Scrunchies. I make scrunchies and I sell them to like different people. And it's a really fun business to have because
Okay.
it allows me to express my creativity and it's something that I love to make.
Okay. How old were you when you started that business?
It was just earlier this year. I was
Earlier this year? Okay.
13,
Pre-COVID or post-COVID?
post-COVID.
Post-COVID? Okay. A lot of people came out with new ideas and new hobbies and new ways to spend their time post-COVID, right? Because being in quarantine, we had to look at how we spend our time differently, especially being in the house a lot. So, do you have a website for your scrunchies?
I have my Instagram.
You
So
do?
they can like DM me on Instagram
And your Instagram is
at Gymnastics.
Gymnastics, right? With an S, right?
Yes.
Gymnastics, right, on Instagram. And not only will you see information about Sidney's scrunchie business, but you will also see your TikTok videos. You love TikTok? Cute videos and also some of your pictures. You have amazing photos. You're gonna look back at those when
Thank
you're
you.
older and just that's an amazing keepsake to capture this time in your life. And you also have like different videos and things from previous competitions, right? So
Yes.
follow Gymnastic on IG, and you're not on Facebook, are you? Are you on
No, my
Facebook?
mom
No.
is.
Your mom is? Okay. So thank you so much for spending this time. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we leave?
Always stay true to yourself and feel comfortable in your own skin.
Yes, those are two things to definitely live by. Stay true to yourself and always feel comfortable in your own skin. Those are wise words from a 13-year-old Gymnastics or Sidney. Thank you so much for spending the time with us this evening and talking about your experiences as a gymnast. It was a pleasure to have you here tonight.
Thank you for having me. I had
You're
fun.
welcome. You had fun? And this is Sydney's first interview, guys. You did really well. It was
Thank you.
fun, very natural. I enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you.
Have a good holiday.
Happy holidays.
You too. And tell your mom I said thank you. She was so nice. Have a good week, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, guys, thank you for tuning in this evening for the BUTV and watching Sidney share her journey with us as a young gymnast and great scholar and student. We will be here next week. We actually have a show scheduled for every Wednesday through January. So we look forward to spending Wednesdays with you. At the top of the new year, we have a few new things we'll be introducing. Through the Dear Beautiful Brown Girl and some of our new initiatives that we'll be launching on the new year. So guys, have a great evening. Thank you for tuning in. See you later.